Switch. So if you're not playing, if you're not first, what the hell? Where am I? I feel like I just ascended to heaven. I've never seen that camera view. I have no idea what I just saw, but I feel like I just ascended to heaven. Is Sham gonna attack first? It is gonna be Sham versus Cardath. What is Wild Lemon getting sapped up? Wait a second, hold on. Are we having two duels or just one happening? Sham under quite a bit of pressure, trying to see if he can survive this light and lasso. Is that gonna be enough though? Into a trinket to follow, trying to see if he can maybe get some kind of damage onto the rogue ball evasion and stuff. He can't though. He's gonna be a short stun. Does finally make it through with a primordial storm, but it's just not enough. He's still in dire situation. Kidney does trick it out of it, but he's still so low, and Cardath just puts in all the pressure and just continues to truck the pressure into the other guy the entire time. Oh my goodness. This guy is just super aggressive. I think it's the second time we watched Cardath just all in somebody. He did really good. Wait, what? What's happening? Is everybody just like hanging around and using the gates and all these things like a toy or something? Wait, are the pets after him? Did he have eyes for a second? I don't think he did, right? Rick is going to be up next, though. Cardath trying to pick up a little bit of health here and there, sending the pet around the corner, trying to see if he can position it for a sweet axe toss. But he's going to be, I think, mostly all right for now. Yeah. Yo, what's up, Mike? How you doing, my man? Late today, been watching the draft? All good, all good, all good. We're starting on EU today, man. Starting the duels on EU for the day. It is weird, but we got him. The group's going like that. It was crazy. Where on a name, we usually have to wait out a sweet time. Yeah, we just got going. Cardath tried to go for a full flagellation opener. Knows there's going to be a mortal coil to follow up, though. He doesn't have a cloak. He doesn't have much. He still wanted to have himself a proper go versus Rick. But that reverse CC by Rick, though, makes it so much harder. And he's hanging out by the eye, so he could always just go and pick up the eye to let the demons continue chasing off with Cardath, though. So he's in a great spot. Cardath trying to see if he can get himself some sort of a setup. Smoke bomb is down to try to stop some of those pets from attacking him like imps, but it only stops only so much of it. I think just trying to buy himself time until he get another advantage. Looking for a reset and wants to get back in there. No more blaze this time around. He wasn't able to get a trinket at least out of Rick. He still has wall. He still got everything. Picking up the eyes and should be able to send the pets over at Cardath. Should be able to stop him with an axe toss pretty easily. Does get the stun around the corner. Trinket out for Cardath. Cloaker shot is follow. He's trying to see if he can commit some damage. Does he have enough here though? Trying to commit some damage, commit a crime, throw murder out into Empyrean Domain, Mortal Coil right after, and he's just gonna get CC'd down. Does have advantage, so if anything, he does have an out. So he has an escape. He's gonna take some dot damage though, with Rick playing a disarm on the Felguard. I mean, that actually makes sense. The disarm on the Felguard actually makes sense. Like if you have disarm, that is a pet that you would be able to disarm. Pets are charging out towards the last seen location, but he's not gonna be able to find him. And he does have Shadow Blades and everything coming back little by little. And Rick no longer has a wall this time around. Wait, so Cardath maybe might be able to make someone work here. He got resets, he got a lot of healing. Sap on the main big pet. Gouge on the Rick. Does have flagellation. Kidney to follow. And the pet is going to be kind of far away, so you can't do damage. Got a coup de grace. So he's maxed out. He does more damage. His damage eviscerates are amped up quite a bit. Shadow Blade's still active. And that's going to be Gloomhound, Dreadstalkers. Rick with a Mortal Coil does have plenty of distance away from Cardath, though. You definitely got to hit him with a slow. Yeah, gonna make it harder for him to reach. You just get it blasted out from a distance. There's just not much you can do. No vanish for a while. Maybe you can go around and get closer to a Shadow Step. Really just avoiding the pets for the most part. But then again, like, what else can you do with those pets, to be honest? He wants to go in and go for the Shadow Step, I think. He wants to get himself a proper go here. I think it was Dance just now, right? I think he was trying to step Dance, cheap shot. But I don't think it was able to. Kid the shot does get a trick out of Rick. I don't know if Cardath has any way to reset. All he can do is just show behind the pillar and just build comp points off of that main pet. That's about all he can do right now. Smoke Bomb just to create some space from some of these pets. That's really about it. Rick does not have a trinket. Dark Pack coming up soon. And Cardath trying to see if he can switch over to the other side. Actually able to sprint away from the pets far enough in order to get himself a reset. Isaac picked up by Rick though, trying to make sure he has a sight. Makes it hard for Cardath to recover. Evasion and Cloak and a Trinket go back very, very soon for Cardath. So you can potentially make a play here. Try to see if you can get something going. That is going to be immediate port out for Rick. And Cardath looking for a reset. Sippy Cup does get into combat into a Tyrant. Is able to stun it. Locking down Rick with a coup de grace right after. Evasion is active. Cloaker shot is to follow, so you can't Mortal Coil him. This could be the go-to. Hold on. Cardath might have the play here. Does have a vanish in case he needs to. Flagellation to follow. Trinket is available. Blades are up. He could vanish this go if he really needed to. He might just have to. Does go for the vanish. Rick can go anywhere. Or do you just port? I think Cardath is just going to go for a reset, go for another stun lock combo. Double Felguard is out, so he knows he needs to be very careful with it. Knows he needs to be careful with them. Sap with the main Felguard is still behind the pillar. Yeah, he kept the Felguard behind the pillar, so he go for Axe Toss. Yeah, that's exactly what he did. Fear right after. Rick is actually super low on health. Hold on, Rick could be going down. Does Carda turn this around? Because Rick is kind of a monster warlock. No, the sub-rogues usually have a really hard time with him. But he just might have it. Does he have a step? Does get a step. Big port is available. Does he have the mobility? Sprinting does get hit with a curse of exhaustion. Not exhausted though. This rogue is plenty energized and still going. It's still going. Mortical, I think Rick does take it. Oh, that was so close. Rick does end up walling just in case. With Azure looking to end them really quick. I'm blinking in. Doesn't have enough damage outside of fire specifically. Does have his soul separated from his body. Rick popping on Warlock Hellstone. One last one. Shadow Fury right after. Does get a Son of Azures with a port to follow. Got himself more pets. Azure's taking a lot of damage actually, but he's got himself mobility. Plenty of blinks. Got the angles. And Rick, I think, is going to burn out to the mastery. Yeah, it does burn. That was so rough, but that was so close, man. That was great. That was Conan, but man, it wasn't today an 8. We started with the EU, but definitely going to do an A after. Around 5 p.m. or whenever EU is kind of done for the night, we are going to try to put a group together for an A. And we'll see how it goes. We'll try to see if we can get some couple of games. But I reached out to as many NA homies as I could. Conan, I'll let you know after this stream, man. After this round, I'll let you know. Azure's is going to get some dot damage on the plus, though. It is still rolling on him. It's going to put him out of stealth, I think. Gets himself Shadow Strike before it happens. Blink to follow right after. Got himself Giga Shields. Those shields are going to protect you. Also, a lot of reflected damage. You just got to make sure to use the shields as the rogue finally gets under melee range with you. Very, very risky, but it is worth it for Fire Mage, apparently. Does get himself some dot damage going on to plush with a couple of pyros. He's sitting down for food. As long as he knows where the rogue is at, he knows he can just sit down and eat. Helps him a ton. But he knows he wants to kind of deny Plush a proper opener if he can help it. Kidney? Did you eviscerate? He eviscerated. Trick it out for Plush. Azure will not be able to Nova him. Quick step for Plush. Does give him something on the step. Azure has a stun block if they need to. Building up a bunch of damage. Master into Plush. He does pick up a little bit of health. But that's death right there. So he's actually kind of exposed. Azure's got himself cooldown reduction with shifting power. Sap by Plush. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. This could be huge. Cheap shot. Into blinks. Dude, the blinks back and forth. The steps. Oh, it looks like Azure's ahead. A step ahead of Plush. Does get himself quick. Let us scorch the end. He's still got Darlaman as well as Jayhawk to get through. Can he do it? Jayhawk and Azure so far have been dueling each other non-stop, and it's a back and forth between the Frost and Fire. Jay giving Azure's an honor duel here, giving him a proper chance to have a proper match. I love it. I love seeing it, dude. I love seeing it. Jay. So far, he's been able to get those shadow combos rolling. I think Azure's last time, I think he learned his lesson against a Frosty Mage. Eventually, the Frost combos are going to overwhelm you. So I think Azure probably has to get pretty aggressive early on and basically not ever get a breather. Not too many resets, just constant pressure on Jay to force blocks out of him. Because that'll work out really well for him, hopefully. Shields are up for Azure. The 44% dampening is going to make it a little bit harder for Azure to survive because he's playing for those Giga reflective shields. So the higher dampening, the worse those shields are going to be. So a portion of his gameplay is just getting minimized here. Does get a kick on the Frost though. That's huge. Poly right after. Mad damage on Jayhawk. Blocks it. He knows he's just going to go in there for it. Ice block on a Jay. Azure knows he needs to make a play right there. The block, in order just to keep aggression going, is massive. Jay has no health whatsoever. So Azure's probably going to have to make a play here immediately. Knocking him into Frost. Woo! Meteor blinks it. Breath first by Jay. No chicken available for Azure's. Does get a shadow combo. Azure has shields. He has shields. Oh, reverse the damage back to Jay. Oh, no. I don't think Jay can pull this one out, though. Trying to go for a knock, but a blink out. Oh. Super low in health, but barely alive. How are you alive? How are you alive? Warlock Hellstone, I think, actually. Azure's even mounted up for a second. Jay yet another block. Azure still has a cauterize. But I don't think you could play. You could trust the cauterize. I don't think you can. He knows that he wants to get a blink out of Jay. Blink out of Jay. Breath. Jay gets a proper go. Trick it for Azure's. Pyros are in. This needs a little more damage. He needs to be very, very careful with his health bar. He got shields. He's got to make sure the shields are there always whenever Jay got some damage. And Azure's looks like he wants to reposition out of there, but for Jay, I think this is a good spot to be in. Shifting power for Azure's does get locked out, but still got damage. Oh, a couple of fire blasts on Alski. With Darlaman charging in, it's going to be immediate pyros out for Azure. He's got him some shields. Void Operational is used in order to close that gap for Darlaman in case they ever need it. I don't think they're going to use it though. I don't think they need it at all. Azure does cauterize. Combustion is there, but can cauterize. If you can interrupt the chaos bolt, that'll be huge. Mass damage on Darlemagne. Cauterize is active. How do you live this? You need shields immediately. Does get yourself a proc of avoiding the enemy here. Oh, but does go down. That is tough. That is not easy. With Azulin gonna be up next. Got himself a quick charge stun onto Darlemagne. Quick Ibid follow. Blade Dance, is it enough? Oh, does get the cleave. Woo, baby. That was so good. One more. Let's go, dude. Azure's picking up 3, baby. And the Rogue doing really, really well, too. 75 million. How much healing did Rick heal for? 45 million. Jesus. That is brutal.